it out. Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of our Friday show. As you can see, we don't have a guest with us like we normally do. Steph, we've been doing this show since the very end of the season now. It's been quite some time. We have done this through the entire offseason, and we thought that it would be great today, rather than having one guest on, to just bring the whole crew here. We've got everybody lined up that you see us interacting with on Twitter. So we're going to get to that in just a second. But Steph, before we launch this, why don't you go ahead and say hi to everyone? Let them know where they can find you on Twitter and what you've got coming on. You know, big things happening with FTN, leveling up over there. So what shows do you have coming up this offseason that we can pay attention to?
Yes, I'm going to try my hardest not to cry during this show. I will absolutely be crying by the end of it. You guys can find me at Steffi Smalls with 3 L's. I have Small Talk. Off Topic is my new podcast that'll be dropping tonight, my second episode, and then All in Football with Jake Seeley, and the rest I will keep it concealed. But I'm very excited to have on all of our favorite people this episode to wrap things up for Friday show, which is obviously very special to the two of us.
And that's really, we don't have a plan for today. As you can see, I'm chilling in a t-shirt. I don't have my button up on. We don't have a show sheet. We're just going to sit here and introduce you to all of our friends one by one, drink some beers, and enjoy this Friday a little bit. So I see this show is already blown up. We've got almost 150 people in the show right now. I already see the comments going off. So just keep lighting those comments up. If you got any questions you want to get to, fire them off and we will answer them. But first of all, I want to introduce our first guest today. You already know him as my co-host on the Mailbag Show at Football Guys. Every Wednesday night, you can catch us there. Somehow, you know, we've done this Clubhouse call together. Remember we did that networking call a few months ago? That was a blast, but this is the first time we've ever been live on a show together. You already know who he is, Crack Boy Troy. What's up, Troy? Why don't you say hi to everybody?
What's up, y'all? We got to talk about the Crack Boy thing first. All right, so just so everybody knows, I don't have a drug problem. Okay. So when we're backstage, all I did was crack a beer, and then Steffi came up with this very cute pet name of mine, and apparently I'm Crack Boy now. So
Whatever, loud crack.
Just so y'all know.
Crack Boy.
I mean, this is how the best nicknames come about, is completely organically. If the first thing, before you say a word, if you're gonna hop on a show and not even say hi, the first thing we hear is, I mean, Crack Boy just
already. It's a celebration.
Troy, you know, the
three of us are losing viewers.
Well, you know, the three of us, we all hopped on this show to, literally, like, this is the first time we've ever done a show together, but like the three of us, we connected early on, like right when we got on Twitter. The three of us knew that we just had something special. Like we've been genuine friends. Troy, I haven't had the opportunity to meet you yet, but you know, Steph and I met a while ago, and it was an awesome experience. And it's just crazy. It's like this is just transcended football. Like the three of us have become genuine friends. We talk every single day. It's pretty awesome. Exactly. We got this little support triangle going right here. But what do you have going on this offseason that we should be looking out for?
Man, so you already mentioned it. Y'all going to be doing the Mailbag Show with you every Wednesday. In season's going to be crazy. Y'all make sure you keep tuning in and blowing that up. And also one of the co-hosts of Fantasy Football Confidential. You know, it's me, it's Linda G, and John Bauer. So after the Mailbag Show, you can tune into that at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about it. You know, I'm just going to be BSing on Twitter mainly. So that's where y'all can find me, or you could find me interacting with these two and plenty more people on Twitter at T King Mode.
Now, the next guest that we're going to bring up, I feel like kind of has a theme with Steph. Like when I first met Steph, you scared me, Steph. You were just so out there and wild on Twitter that you genuinely scared me. And this next guest also came onto the scene just like a tidal wave, just taking over with humor and just completely changing the game. We're not going to drop her real name today, but, you know, the enigma known as Cooter Doodle. Cooter, hey. So great to have you on the show. Thrilled that you could make it here today. What do you have going on? I mean, I know you're working with Matthew Berry right now, running the social media account. Is there anything else that you're going to be surprising us with? I don't
know if it's a surprise, but Sundays are for the girls. That's going to be pretty soon. That starts.
That's going to be dope.
Yeah, so that'll be starting in a couple weeks.
Steph, why don't you guys talk about that a little bit? Steph, Cooter, I mean, we've seen a lot of teasers, but what should we expect on these days?
Well, we
We
don't
have
really
no
know.
idea.
But we are going to do a preview show. We decided, I think yesterday, that August 5th, we're going to do a preseason.
September. Oh no, August 5th.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. I thought it was
I don't know. I think
September
it was August 5th. We'll ask Linda and Vic probably. But I think it was August 5th. We're going to do like a preview show.
Yeah,
right, let me just
basically we're
double-check.
gonna just do like before kickoff on Sundays, just hanging out. We're like a tight knit group. I feel like we're all friends that when we meet in real life, it's gonna just be kind of like it already is online. And so we figured why not talk about football on Sundays.
And that's like one of the coolest things that I've noticed is I've had the opportunity to meet, like I said, I met Steph before, and I've got to know the Paul Votes. They live down in Denver. I've met Jen and Nate. They're great people. Gabe, at FF Man Bun, he was just rolling through Fort Collins, and we grabbed a couple beers together last week. And it's so cool that like the relationships are genuine. And I think that's when I had this just like real like kind of aha moment. Like we're not just Twitter accounts interacting with each other. There are genuine people behind these Twitter accounts, and the connections that we've made are very, very real. And it is awesome to see. I cannot wait for the Sundays Are For the Girls. So is that something that you guys are going to be doing every single week?
Every week.
Yep.
Start, sit, tight ends, as in butts. Josh Allen is our daddy. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a blast, though. We're very excited. Can you name another all-girl panel for me? No. So I think that alone is awesome.
It's a game changer. And you called out, Josh Allen is daddy. Speaking of daddy, we've got another gentleman sitting backstage right now
Nice
that
segue.
I'm not going to dox him right now. If he wants to introduce himself with his real name, he can go right ahead. But I am just going to introduce him as Daddy, like we all know him. What's up, Daddy? How you doing today?
What's up, y'all? How we doing?
Doing good, man. Just relaxing on this beautiful Friday and enjoying some beers. How about yourself?
I got some High Noons. Shout out, not a sponsor, but could be a sponsor. So give me a holler if you want to. Cheers, y'all. So yeah, we're just kind of drinking in the middle of the afternoon and celebrating this dope show, right?
Yeah. And so what do you have going on right now? I know that you just got onboarded over at a new site. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? You got a new show coming out on DLF?
Yeah, so I just started at DLF. Shout out to Russ, Dynasty Outhouse. He's the podcast director over there. Picked me up. So I'm going to be launching a new unscripted kind of late night vibe shows called Hanging with Daddy. It will be recorded when I feel like it, for as long as I feel like it, whenever I decide I want to put out a show. So you can catch it whenever that happens. But we have some dope guests, including some of the people you have on here, starting with Dynasty Outhouse, Cooter, Troy King, and Jake Trowbridge to kick us off. So we're basically going to go completely unscripted. The whole purpose is a lot of people have been like, man, I wonder what it's like just to hang with y'all. Like if we were just sitting at a bar, what would we be doing? This is what we're going to do. We're just going to hang out and just talk. And you guys know from being in the DMs, man, I might talk about hippos with wings. I might talk about facial scrubs that look phallic to me. It really doesn't matter. We're going to go just kind of off the cuff and have some fun with it. So hopefully it's going to be a little different than people are used to, but it's truly meant to bring out the human side of things. So not many stats, you're not going to get waiver wire pickups. I did that for a while. This is just meant to kind of show you the people aspect of it. So we're going to bring some cool folks on and just mess around for as long as people will tolerate me.
Now, one thing I didn't hear you mention in this show is there going to be some sandwich talk. I mean, I wouldn't want to tune into a show with you on it if there wasn't going to be some in-depth sandwich conversation.
Oh, absolutely. Realistically, I mean, that's actually the criteria to get on the show is you have to describe to me your favorite sandwich. And if it's trash, you're out. I mean, that's just how we do things. So anybody who's coming on and trying to tell me some kind of, rye bread, garbage keto sandwich is not welcome on this show. We're going full blast. And I will guarantee you by the end of the show, you will know every one of your favorite analysts' favorite sandwich.
And he's not even lying. He made me send in an audition tape of how I make a sandwich, and I had to walk him through the steps.
And what your last bite is, because that's actually the most important part is how do you eat your last bite?
Exactly. You have to circle all of the middle, and then boom, you finish it off with just that explosion of flavor. If you missed a single condiment or a topping, you did it wrong.
And you don't want
need that
too much
last
crust
bite.
You want a little middle and crust on that last bite.
You
I like
want
the
to
way
hit
y'all
it.
think.
You want to hit it
tiptoeing on
because
some
that's your
dangerous
last
territory
memory.
here with the explosion in your mouth and the finish. I mean, we're really tiptoeing the line here. I think you got to take it a little easy,
That
Mike. We're getting a
is
little hot and
what
bothered.
he said.
Yeah, I just
You know what I
hey,
think?
you know,
I think this calls for this real quick.
It's Freaky Friday, come on, pretty lady. I just wanna dance with you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
All right, I can't do the whole song. I'm sorry. But Mike, I
I
got a
can
quick
do it.
question because I'm not plugged into the sandwich community, but I know that every community industry seems to have some sort of division in there. And I'd assume in sandwiches, it's got to be like the hot sandwich and the cold sandwich. There's got to be some divisiveness similar to like film and analytics, right? So which
So
side
the-
are you on? Are you a hot sandwich guy or a cold sandwich guy?
So I actually do both. Believe it or not, we do coexist really well. Where you get the real fights is how you cut the sandwich. The cutting of the sandwich is what splits us apart. So you'll see a lot of people that are going to cut it straight down and have two very perfect halves. Diagonal is the only way to go. And that includes if you're doing a sub. So realistically, straight cutters are like the other side of fantasy Twitter, the people who try to tell you their spreadsheets and ask you to, click on their Google sheet that you can't because you'll end up with a Napster virus. Like I leave the straight cutters off to the side. They ain't welcome here. We are diagonal cut people. So that's how we do it. So that's really where you get the division in the community. That's where a lot of our fights happen. And they haven't gotten physical yet, but we've gotten pretty close, to be honest.
I'm losing my shit right now.
We can keep talking about sandwiches, but before we do, we got a couple more guests that we got to bring on. Now, this next guy that I'm bringing on, you've probably seen him everywhere. Like I haven't seen anybody that has the work ethic that this guy does. It's like every single day there's a different website sharing a different article that he's written. I see him on different shows all the time, and he's new to the community, but he's just taking it by storm. We've got four Whom J Bell trolls. For Who J Bell tolls, our good friend Jeff Bell. Jeff, why don't you say hi to everybody? And I'm sorry about that slip. Complete accident there with the trolls.
It happens, it's easy to get confused. It's kind of the on brand for me. It's hard to know how to take it, so I completely get it. So happy to be here with all you guys today and enjoyed listening backstage. Of course, we've got Mr. Crack over there with Troy, and so it's great to have that organic nickname. And when you're introducing Cooter, I wasn't quite sure what direction you were going to go with everybody else that was sitting back there. So I'm just thrilled to be here, and you guys mean a lot to me, and so I'm thankful to have this time.
So Jeff, you're at a few different places right now. You kind of had an approach where you started at Fantasy Pros. Like what is the end game for a lot of people? You started off writing long form articles at Fantasy Pros, which not a lot of people really get their start there. But now you're doing some stuff with Football Guys, and you're just all over with the Devy Royale and Going for Two. What else should we expect from you before the season kicks off?
A lot of those places. So certainly whatever Football Guys will take, I'm trying to put out. I have a couple articles in the hopper, and then Football Guys, Fantasy Pros, we have 8 articles coming up next month. So I'm going to be very busy over there. Going for Two is fantastic too. And that's what we released the Devy Royale through Tuesday nights at 9:30. And then of course, Tuesday nights at 7:00 coming off the edge.
Coming off the edge. Let's learn a little bit about that. Some people might not know what coming off the edge is, but let's go ahead and bring in Corey Spala here. Corey, you have been doing. Oh, we got another crack boy here. What's up, Corey?
Crack boy.
How's it going, everyone?
Stand
Welcome to
up.
be here. It's a pleasure. What were we talking about coming off the edge?
That
Yeah,
mic. I think you got that same Audio Technica setup as I do. That comes through clear, doesn't it?
Shout out the headset that you
Big
don't
fan.
have on anymore because why?
I'm hot, man. It gets too hot in this office.
You're
Those
looking
over the ear ones. It's like I'm wearing earmuffs in the middle of summer. I just can't do it anymore. So props to you for unbuttoning that shirt and keeping the
I was
headphones
gonna.
on.
All right, so like you guys said, you have shirts on. I wore the button up because I thought this was a Troy and Dave show, and I was actually gonna ask, is it good? Do I have to go any more unbuttons, or am I good?
You look like a swag daddy right now.
Yeah.
I think
I
you
think
can
one
do
more.
one
You can go
more.
One more.
Yeah, one
Good
more.
one.
More.
more.
I'm not
Pinky
comfortable
Friday.
doing that. Sorry, you
One
gotta
more.
tune into my OnlyFans, please, for that
Why don't you
content.
ask? Troy, do
Exactly.
that.
He wanted to know who wanted more. Like he was just trying to, see.
Yeah,
I think that was a
go
teaser for
backstage,
this
you know, show ends. Let me know. That's a bad introduction for me, but here we are. So yeah, coming off the edge, everyone. Tuesdays at 7.
So tell us about coming off the edge, because we got a lot of the squad here right now. And actually, I mean, I don't know if I'm ruining a spoiler or anything, but the 3 people that you see up on top are all going to be guesting this Tuesday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's
So-
not even like guesting, more so if it is just joining, like this
We
definitely
probably should have
came,
been part of it early.
it came from us, our like Chaos League. We have 12 of us in there, and we all are always invited on the show. So again, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like this show, there's not a script. We just talk about whatever we we want, play some games, have some fun, and sometimes eat food.
Yes, that's a big
I
part.
like food.
It
This is where the
drops.
sandwich, the
Oh, it
sandwich
dropped.
started on Coming Off the Edge, right? That's where the heated sandwich debate happened.
One of them. I'm sure one of them.
I'm sure.
Well,
I
I
mean-
think Mike was born into the sandwich. I don't think Mike, joined the sandwich. He was born into the sandwich. So
He is the
it
sandwich.
didn't just
A
start
sandwich.
somewhere.
I think he was
so.
born a sandwich and kind of like evolved into a human,
That sounds legit to me.
Okay.
So Corey, I've asked the same question to everyone that I brought up here, but what can we expect from you this offseason? You're doing Coming Off the Edge, but you've got a lot of other stuff going on. You just had a huge wave of interactions and follows and everything on Twitter yesterday.
Thank you,
which was
Troy.
awesome
Thank you,
to see
Jeff.
because it is so well deserved. You do so much behind the scenes stuff. But what should we expect? Should we be seeing your face a little bit more this season?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I said, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Coming Off the Edge. I'll probably release I'm just like Mike. Whatever releases, when it releases, it gets released. Shout out to the Thieves, shout out to the Authority as well. So whenever it happens, it happens.
All right. So yeah, I mean, Corey show, Mike show. If you want to watch them, it sounds like you just kind of need to turn the notifications on and see when they
You
pop
don't have
up
to do
because they
that.
aren't going to be giving you any sort of teasers. You just got to be plugged into their life and hope that you can
Thank
catch them when they decide to go live.
They're edging
Sounds right.
us, is what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it not a theme around here or what? Thank you.
So what do we want to talk today, guys? I mean, do we want to talk fantasy football? Do we want to talk sandwiches? Do we want to talk friends? Do we want to talk the expo? We can really go anywhere with this show. We don't have any plans.
Yeah, it's true. Does
Good
the chat have any questions? I don't know. We can take
Oh
questions.
yeah.
too.
I like the questions.
Hit us with some questions.
Taylor has a question, but
Taylor
I don't
has
know.
a
I feel like it's gonna get somewhere.
What's the
with that.
question?
If
Oh,
Mike
isn't
was
this
a
what the show's
sandwich,
for?
what kind would he be?
Philly cheesesteak.
What?
Oh,
No,
what
we
was the
need
question before
Italian
this went up?
sub. He's got all the layers.
There it is.
It's just my
There
favorite
it is.
one. That's just my
I
favorite
know
one.
the sandwich
101.
guy. Okay, it's
The
an Italian
101.
sub with everything that you need
You
inside.
know it. Little
Here's a
spicy.
fun one that could get us started. And sorry that I'm covering your face up here a little bit, Corey, but I like this question.
I'm
This
like,
is a good
try it.
prompt for us to go with. If you could hang out with any player this week, who would you choose? We'll just go round robin around here, and I want to hear this from everybody. Steph, I think I know you well enough to know exactly how you're going to answer this question. But let's go with it. We'll start with you,
No.
Steph. If
Hey,
you could hang out with any player this week, who would you choose?
Jalen Darden.
Ooh, not what I expected.
Because I think that Jalen Darden is going to see the field before everyone thinks so. And off topic, eventually when it comes out, I spoke with the long snapper at Florida, who is obviously not there anymore, but he went to training camp, and Jalen Darden is getting a lot of passes from Tom Brady, which I love. Everyone knows he was my favorite prospect coming out. So it would be Jalen Darden, because imagine being, such an underdog and then getting, drafted way higher than you should have. Probably Tampa traded up to get him. And I can't even imagine that feeling to be like really involved in training camp. So it'd be Jalen Darden. That's my baby.
I like it. I was absolutely expecting a Danny Dimes drop there, but Jalen Darden, I like it. You've been beating that drum since before the NFL draft, and I don't know how he's going to be able to work into that Bucs roster, but I like it. Troy, who are you hanging out with? Any one player you can in the NFL?
Yeah, I'll say that it's gonna be something different than most people are expecting. It's not a Dolphin. It's Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar, and I know he just got COVID, so hopefully when he doesn't have COVID, I'll hang out with him. But nah, Lamar Jackson to me, we talk about swaggy, man. Lamar Jackson, he just revolutionized the game. People crack on him for his passing or whatever, but man, this dude's just so cool, man. And I'm just like, if I hung out with him, one, I want to know if he's going to throw to Rashad Bateman, so I want to be like, yo, he's going to be wide receiver 1, so I'll ask him that. But besides that, I just want to party with him, man. He's just so cool, and look, man, I wish I could rush like him. And then those are the reasons I want to hang out with him.
I love it. Cooter, who would you hang out with? I've got two names that I think you're going to say, and let's hear where you're going with here.
It's Russell Wilson.
No, I just want to play Call of Duty with AJ Dillon and Juju and just get on a LAN party, eat some chips,
I like
sounds
it.
like a good
LAN
night to
party.
me.
Here we go.
I wouldn't even talk about.
joining.
Still do LAN parties?
Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah, well, no, people probably don't do LAN parties anymore because the internet is beautiful, but we could make it happen.
I like it. And now, AJ Dillon, remind me. I believe I saw somewhere that you guys are now officially connected on Twitch, right?
I think we are Call of Duty friends on Warzone. So
Yeah,
it might
I-
happen one day. You never know.
I heard him the other day. Hey man, hey Cooter Doodle, you want to play with me? That was a good
That
one.
sounds very dirty. But okay.
Don't worry, he said ma'am. He just doesn't know it.
I mean, if you see the name Cooter Doodle, is this the face that you'd expect? Come on.
Yeah.
So Mike, who are you hanging out with? One NFL player.
Mine was Jamal Williams. That dude, if you ever see his interviews, is the most random man in the NFL. Like it starts snowing and he's talking about Olaf. Like I would kill to have him on my show and just go back and forth with him about random thoughts that goes through his head. He feels like my spirit animal. Granted, he is trying to take snaps from my favorite player in fantasy, so that's a little bit of an issue for me, but that hasn't hurt our friendship. So Jamal Williams, call me. Legitimately, I'll work around your schedule. We can talk about Disney movies, hippopotamuses with wings, sandwiches, whatever you want, bro. We can talk about all of it, and it will legitimately be must-see TV for everybody. So that's my homie right there, the most random dude in the NFL. Let's talk, bro.
I didn't realize that. You know, I when you said Jamal Williams, I know that you're a big Aaron Jones truther, and I know you're a big DeAndre Swift truther. So I thought you were going to shoot him in the kneecaps or something like that. But he's got some good interviews. That's what you're saying?
Oh, he is amazing. If you ever check him out, like when he's mic'd up, it is the best thing you can get on NFL Network. He is the funniest dude I think I've ever seen. So yeah, I just want to be friends with him, even though he's been taking carries from my two babies. I still love you guys. AJ and DeAndre, come on now. You know I've been banging that drum forever. Love you guys, but Jamal Williams would be the homeboy I'd hang out with.
Can I just say, can you coin that daddy's babies? Like, that's gotta be your thing, right?
I like it. I like where your head's at.
I see a weekly article, Daddy's Babies.
I see a lot of blocks coming from NFL players.
Hell yeah. That's the best part.
I like Davis here in the comments. He's saying that I'd hang out with Andrew Luck and give him a PowerPoint presentation on why he needs to come back.
I like that.
Oh, man, it just hasn't been the same without him. Like, it still doesn't feel real. Like, if Andrew Luck showed up right now, he's still in his athletic prime. Like, he would still instantly be a top 5 quarterback. It still doesn't feel real that he just kind of walked away from the game the way that he did. But, Jeff, throw the question to you. Who are you hanging out with this week?
I'm surprised he has not been picked yet. You know, I think Steffi hit the right team, but maybe not the right player. Rob Gronkowski. I mean, if you're going to hang out with somebody, you got to hang out with Gronk and see where to go, because it's Gronk.
Can I still pick him?
Take you any places, and so that would be my choice. Just be along for the ride. It would be terrifying, but it would be a thrill.
Terrifying.
Imagine my college experience. Like,
I can't even imagine your college experience.
I don't want to.
Oh boy,
that'll be the next question. We'll wrap up the next 38 minutes with Steph's college experience. There you go.
Can I still pick Gronk or no?
Yeah, exactly.
Seems boring. Well, let me change it up. All right. Well, Gronk's. Let's pretend this was a draft. Well, if we're gonna continue with the partying, I guess Gardner Minshew might be fun. Seems like he's a fun guy.
Drew Lock.
He talks about poop a lot.
Not Drew Lock. It was Chad Kelly. Chad Kelly was the one that got arrested on Halloween.
Kelly.
That guy knows how to party.
I'll go. That's a good one.
Kelly.
Man, I wish he was still playing.
No one parties like a U of A party. Gronk knows what's up.
Oh my gosh.
Should we go on to college parties now? Anyone have any interesting college party stories that they want to share?
I'm not allowed to share on air.
Well, moving on now. That was a bad idea, Corey.
Moving right along.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'll answer the question too, since we're going all around, and I'd hang out with Andy Dalton and just convince him that, you know, he's getting to that point in his career where he needs to start spending more time with his family, and he needs to get his mind off the game, and, you know, should just really think about throwing in the towel and making sure that his wife and his kids are taken care of emotionally. That would be the guy I'd hang out with, and you know, hopefully open up that opportunity for Justin Fields to see the field just a little bit earlier.
I hate Jordan.
Good question.
Would you least want to be able to read out of this group? I like that one. I don't know who pulled that question up.
Did you see his follow-up?
Did you see the follow-up?
I see Troy quickly raise his hand.
We all see the follow-up, guys.
And why is it?
We all see it.
No, I don't.
We all see it.
I'm not looking at the comments. What's the follow-up? Let me look at the comments.
Hold on. I want to be a crack boy too.
Nice.
I'm gonna start looking at
crack boys.
Daddy's crack.
So, whose mind would you want to? Would you least want to be able to read in this group? And
Steph's.
why is it Corey?
Well, I heard Steph right away, so shout out to Troy.
Nah, I said Steph.
Yeah, why is it Steph?
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I've
like
said this
obviously the
before.
comments.
We know
I'm
what's going on.
really
She
keep
just
the
yells
most
it out. We get it.
responsible. I'm the most adult-like. I don't know why you wouldn't want
Look,
to.
Steph,
What?
nah, nah, Steph, nah, I couldn't do it.
Why is it
Steph.
me, Jordan?
You know,
Oh,
I've
come
said
on
this
now, it's-
before, but if I could try on anybody's brain, I just want to know what goes on inside Cooter's head for
I'll
like
say the same
just
thing.
30 seconds. Like the
She's
stuff
like,
that you
"Nope."
can come up with, how unique and original and quirky and funny it is. I just want to know what happens inside that
It's
head.
just dad
happens?
jokes. Just good dad
What's
jokes.
your
You're a good person, Jordan.
What's your inspiration? What's the inspo of your life?
Me?
Mhm.
Crash Bandicoot, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not
See,
getting
That might
There's a lot of
it's
Crash
that stuff
Bandicoot.
right there.
That's it. That's all I gotta
the
say.
rule.
Crash
That's all. If
Bandicoot,
anyone
all
wants
I
to be
did.
like Cooter, watch Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot.
Played like Crash Bandicoot as a kid, you know.
and don't
I
get
don't
kicked by a horse.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
get hit.
Yeah,
No.
don't get- no.
Poor Taylor
Taylor.
is still broken, and then that cat story is just not great.
Eat your carrots too.
Did I eat
Carrot
carrots? Yeah.
Yeah, I can
yeah,
tell you, I
what's
didn't
Taylor
want to
doing?
be in Troy's
Wait,
head
was the
because I
cat-
can't
Yeah,
get that.
Troy's head freaks me out a little
Yeah.
bit. Like it's like
What?
thirsty.
You have Thirsty
Bears.
Thursday on repeat, and that shit gets stuck in my head.
Wait.
He's got a song for every day. So
No, time out. I thought I would be like the perfect candidate. I thought I would be number one. Like y'all would want to be in my head. All right,
But
fine,
it's
fine.
least want to be.
Why
I was
No,
in
I mean,
Taylor's
like-
head when I was like
I
14
I
years
know.
old and going through
Yeah,
puberty.
it's like Jeff's or Mike's because I like feel like there's a lot going
I think
on. there,
I
you know?
think Jeff's one of the most probably that I'd want to see what's going on.
you know, it's a hamster running on a wheel sometimes, but blind squirrel catches a nut occasionally.
That's right.
Oh,
What
This
is
another good
everyone's-
one, and it got buried in the chat here, but this is a good one. You know, I know we're not all going to the expo, but most of us will be there. And somebody asked, what is going to be your first alcoholic drink at the expo? I feel like, you know, that's one of the best ways to kind of get to know somebody is by seeing what they drink when they go up to the bar. So we'll go opposite this time around. But Corey, start us off. What is your drink of choice? When you walk up to a bar, what's the
I don't
first thing that you order?
What kind of is this a dive bar?
The expo bar.
I don't know.
Bob
I'm
Long
a
is
pretty big
bartending.
Yeah,
fan
it's
of
a
like
good
if
dive
it's,
bar.
if
You're
it's
not gonna
happy
get anything
hour,
fancy.
maybe like hitting happy hour would be cool. But honestly, probably just some like local like IPA that they have on tap. I know,
What
not
are the
exciting,
local
I'm sorry.
IPAs, Jeff.
Good heartburn.
Tell us. I know you're from
sorry.
Ohio. What are the breweries out there?
There's all kinds of different. I don't know about Youngstown area. There's Columbus Brewing Company's pretty good. There's other breweries down here. I don't know what I can certainly put something together if you'd like me to and bring it up from Columbus, but I don't know what's going on in Youngstown. But my drink would be weather dependent, but something that comes in a fishbowl and maybe comes with a plastic animal or something with a lot of different liquors poured into it was usually my start off. But you know,
so
if
you start off
I
as
were
an
going to be
8-person drink to yourself.
more or less, yes. I mean, it back in the day, but I do like a good Crown and Sprite, but I can't really have that anymore. But I like a vodka soda too. So
How about you, Daddy? I know you
Vodka
got
Red Bull's
some.
nice.
I can't even say Daddy without just sounding
Hey,
disgusting.
You
Daddy.
like even
Yeah, it's kind
No,
of.
I'm
Really?
totally
I'm used
cutting
to
that of you
It's-
just
it's-
saying daddy.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Daddy.
I love it. I love it.
Ah,
So I'm with the guys in the chat. I'm a bourbon guy. I am absolutely going to be hitting the bourbon, probably an old fashioned if they have High West. That'll be my go-to.
Hi,
it-
Wes.
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
I lived in
It-
Park City.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm
You
going
have a High West Campfire.
Campfire is my go-to. That is my if you
That
have
is so good.
that's my staple. Yeah, I mean American Prairie is the one that you usually see out there, but Campfire is the one you have to get. That is their best bourbon by far. You know, I could deal with Woodford. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, give me a High West Campfire old fashioned. Go real light on the syrup just for color. Basically, just hand me bourbon in the glass, and I'm a happy man. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if you can
True,
see
man.
that, but that tattoo I've got on the inside of my arm right there is a bottle of Woodford. Woodford is my
Uh-oh.
go-to, so
Love it.
that's what I got on the inside of my arm. But Cooter, what about you? I see you sipping beer a lot of times when you're on these
I
streams. What's your
do.
go-to drink?
I do, but like if I'm going out, I'm getting an old fashioned. I got into that like during quarantine, and I even have now like the ice balls, you know, that I don't know, that's felt weird.
It's all
But I
about
have
the
like
ball.
those, I
Ooh.
have like the, good surface area for the ice. I have a muddler that I never use. I just stab it with the back of a knife, and then the oranges and cherries, man, it's good. Bitters. But
Couldn't
it's
agree
better
more.
when I make it because I can like make sure that it's not too strong. I'm a wuss with it. Like if I feel like if Mike made one, I'd probably be like, can you add a little more simple syrup? You know what I mean? I need a little more fruit in there.
Just for color. Just
Yeah,
for color.
you know.
So you got some bourbon drinkers here. What about you, Troy? I see you
Ooh.
sipping these high noons on shows a lot.
Wait,
lately.
I'm not gonna. That's not gonna be my drink of choice. Here, we're actually gonna go 3 for 3. I actually like hot old fashions as
Let's
well.
go.
But here's the thing.
You guys are like really original.
Wait, hold on. Time out. It all depends on the occasion, right? So I do like old fashioned, but if we just go into some random bar, I'm gonna just ask for a whiskey ginger, right? I'm simple, or I'm gonna get a beer, but most of the time it's whiskey
Santino?
ginger. Yeah, so I would say those are my 3 choices. So if you're gonna see me drinking one of those, and high noon,
what's a
We asked
whiskey
for
ginger?
1 choice and we got 3, which is like very.
I don't listen to the rules. I
What
do
is
I
a whiskey
want.
ginger? Is it ginger?
It's very
beer?
good. I would have.
And the whiskey ginger is like like ginger ale with whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Delicious.
Yeah. Duh.
Real
Okay.
easy to drink.
Well, ginger beer works too, probably. No.
Maybe just some ginger
ginger
from your sushi thrown into
but it-
some whiskey.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a true whiskey ginger.
I prefer
no.
wasabi whiskeys.
Y'all nasty.
Did y'all know that ginger is good for your gut, but too much ginger is bad for your gut?
I did not.
It's
know
usually
I learned
too
that.
much One.
The
What is
hard
it?
way or
The
what?
hard way.
Oh,
Yeah.
almost. We went to go see the Saints in California, and we landed on our flight. We go to a sushi bar, and they had this awesome ginger like sauce, and I just ate that up. Like I ate it up, and then yeah, it was rough. I didn't feel great for a while.
Oh, Cooter.
I'm sorry.
You still see
Makes
the
it-
Saints?
But I made it to the game. I made it to the game, and
Right.
Drew broke his thumb.
You're a
and we
warrior.
lost.
Mhm. She was putting on the injury report, but she
And-
still
yeah,
played.
and fun fact, at the Rams Stadium, they don't like you to stand up. That was really boring, in my
What?
opinion.
That's
Yeah.
so random.
Like they
I
had
heard
little
that
people
before.
coming fuss at you, and they're like, "Sit in your seats," and it's like,
Ew.
this is a football game.
Maybe that's why they don't win.
They won
Oh,
that day.
no.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
it was
like-
against the Saints.
But I mean, like
in real
you
life.
should be cheering all, your team, and
They
there
play
was
real
literally
teams.
people for each section, like sit, fussing at
They're
people.
actually like that at the Nets game, and I like low key got into an argument with like an older lady because like she was kept telling me to sit, and I'm like, dude, it's game 7. No, I'm not sitting. Like, dude,
That
like
doesn't sound low key at all, Steph.
stand up. Like,
The team does better when you're leaning and standing and yelling. Like it's just science.
Duh.
There's sections of Ohio State Stadium that are the same way. That it's basically the people that have had tickets for 35 years, and they expect you to sit down other than a touchdown.
That's crazy.
I'm just thinking like when I've been to like Bulls games, like any game, in Chicago, and you see like on the jumbotron, they're like, "Get up and scream," and this they're just like,
Exactly.
sit down and shut up. Just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
So messed up.
And that was the Rams, you said?
Yep.
We're
The
not
Rams.
Remind me to never go to a Rams game again. I'm trying to filter through some of these questions, but I think some of them could get a little
well, I
out of
think
hand.
it's an answer, and I
Look,
feel like that's
but
a
isn't this what
our
the show is
show.
for?
Oh, sorry.
To be
We're
out of
still
hand?
on.
Okay, I
We're
wanna
still,
answer.
we're
It's
still on
okay.
Steph's question here because
Okay.
we're all so curious. what Steph
I'm
orders
gonna
is about.
have so many tequila shots because it'll be my birthday weekend, and I'm very nervous to meet everyone.
Oh,
And I
God.
literally have sweaty palms thinking about it.
We'll make sure we like carry her home.
Fireman carry over the shoulder.
Yep.
I gotta
Let's
say,
go, Steph.
I love my bourbon and I love my old fashions, but if you guys are starting out with those drinks at the expo, I can't do it. I mean, that's like my end of the night
Oh,
drink, and
you'll
I'm
be
really
fine.
trying to turn up a little bit, but I can't be
Yeah.
starting off my day with that. For me, give me a Bud Diesel. I'm walking up there and I'll be walking around with diesels during the day, and then I'll switch to my brown liquor at night.
Oh no! Beer before liquor. You've never been sicker, homie.
That's
Oh,
right.
it's true.
I've gotten
it's a
past
real
that point.
thing.
I could just mix it. You could just pour it all in a bucket and feed me like
Okay.
a pig. And
I
I
never
got
had that
Guys, I
problem.
want you to text us in the group when he's passed out
Yep.
in
Oh,
Ohio.
I'll send
yeah.
a picture.
Yeah, you'll get
and
a
then
picture.
say,
Absolutely.
"Oh, guys, I'm past that point." And I want you to quote it and just send it in the DMs. Send it in the DMs.
Well, or
We got
public.
I mean, it's
Public.
very possible. It wouldn't be the first time, but I like to tell myself that I'm immune to this. Who did we just lose here?
Stephanie
Steph.
just left.
No
but
one.
she's audio only, so she can hear us.
Oh, all
Okay.
right.
Won't say anything bad.
Oh.
Did you guys see the one
We see
time when we
everything.
had Adam Rank on the show?
That
and
was
She
awesome.
disappeared for a minute, and we start ragging on the Giants, and then she just all you can hear is her voice pop up. I can still hear you guys.
Anything to say about the Giants now?
Oh,
no,
Daniel Jones
makes me-
sucks.
I mean,
Tua or Jones in Dynasty?
I have
Right.
a question for Dave and Steffi. What are your favorite memories of doing this show?
Oh, he wanted to be all
Trying
sad.
to get sentimental here.
That's cute.
Maybe it's too early for that one. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Steph doesn't want to
Aw.
cry. And just
No, that's a good question.
Good question asked before.
When
yeah.
Dave spilled on himself. That's probably
was
one.
great.
We got a
That
gif
was-
out of it.
That was
That was
great.
good.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Oh.
There was like as soon as we went live,
She's
like
here.
I literally like reached to click the live button, and then as I was coming back, I just knocked a full glass of water on myself. That was
At least it was water.
but no, realistically, the best moment on this show, Matt Harmon was one of the first guests that we had on, and we were talking to Matt Harmon, and he was actually talking about this exact group, like all of us, and the way that we interact on Twitter. And he's like, when I see you guys on Twitter, he's like, you remind me so much of me and Adam Rank and the guys that I came up with a few years ago. He's like, and I remember us like sitting at a bar and just having this moment of realization where we're just like, wow, like we are making it in the industry. And when he said that, like I got chills listening to Matt talk about that, because then he goes, I see you guys on Twitter and you guys are exactly who we were a few years ago. And that just like warmed my heart and gave me chills. Of all the shows we've done on our Friday show, that's the one moment that is going to be like forever ingrained in my memory.
That's a high bar.
Steph,
we got
did you
for
hear the
us.
prompt?
That's cute.
What?
Jeff is asking what your favorite memory was of our Friday show.
Oh my god. I heard you already kind of take it. Scott Fish said something very similar though, like that he sees our group and the way we interact on Twitter and how he felt that way like 3 years ago. And they were all singing together, doing whatever so it's very nice because I feel like all of us came up together at the same time. Like I remember being added to our first chat. And I think about it all the time. Like I was like, where am I? What's happening right now? And it's awesome that we were able to preserve like, those friendships for this long.
Yeah.
Now I'm
It's
just getting
kinda-
emotional, Steve. Like, God damn it, dude.
It's
Let's
Jeff's
just-
fault. It's all Jeff.
Jeff, you got another question?
To make everybody cry? No, not right now.
Oh, okay.
Not now. I'm gonna
I
cry.
have a question. What do you think about at night when you're lonely and
Football. I mean, if we're being honest, I'm like thinking about
Josh
my dynasty
Allen.
rosters and trades I can make.
Hear it normally, to be honest.
I basically play fantasy football to distract myself from all the dark thoughts. So that's why I'm in this industry.
I
everybody in
just
the
think
chat?
about
shout
mistakes
out,
I
shout
made
out.
when I was 12, and
Shout
like
out.
they keep me up at like 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, wow, I was really a jerk to that kid in elementary school, and then I feel
Aw.
bad.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I'm like,
anxiety.
oh my
You were
God.
bullies?
Showed out anxiety.
You guys were bullies?
No,
I
I
think
was
I've
pretty
cracked this.
chill.
I've
got
cracked this
bullied.
joke in the group chat before, but like you always think that like those really embarrassing things that you did as a kid, it's like nobody remembers that. But there was a kid that peed his pants in front of our entire class in third grade, and I still
You
remember
peed
it.
your
And-
pants too. one
That
time.
was you,
not
man.
me.
You
That
No,
was-
you
commented that
did.
on my
We
tweet.
have a picture. I'll show everyone.
Remember
The one
that?
that- yeah,
when you
I'm
met
like,
Steph,
nobody
you peed your
remembers
pants,
Dave
you
blew
scared.
up with though. Remember that kid that peed his pants? I remember that. I'm like, no, we were trying to make people feel better, bro.
Yeah. And it's
At our
just-
school, the teacher said he spilt Sprite, but we
No,
weren't
he
allowed
didn't.
to have drinks in the classroom. So
You know what I didn't understand is like,
Put it together.
were you the kids that like threw up in class? Like, I don't
No.
understand why
But that's
you
not a
threw
thing.
up.
What does that
Well,
even mean?
It's not a thing. Wait.
No.
No,
Some
it happened.
people-
And I'd be like,
some
are you
people, I'm
weird?
like,
Here's-
do you
here-
not have that preservation of like?
Like, you can't go to the fucking bathroom. Sorry.
Okay, so here you go. I'm in first grade, and we are going over. We're
Damn, you're
getting
left
introduced
behind, dude.
to reading, and my teacher's got these brand new white pants, and she even mentioned that it was the first day that she wore them to school. And so I'm standing there as a first grader, thinking this isn't good. This is not good. And I didn't know I was allowed to leave, and I drew in her white pants the very first day she wore.
Oh no.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
I
Most of them
never
bullying other
understood
students. Jeff's out here bullying his
people that
teachers.
threw up.
Yeah, talk about this a little bit. Steph, you've got some strong feelings about little kids that throw up in school, apparently.
Oh my god, it like really bothered me. Like I'm very like throw up like trained. Like I have never thrown up not in a toilet. Like I don't understand that. I feel like your parents did a poor job of like figuring like I've never thrown
The
up.
content people
Well,
see.
here's
this.
the
Deal, but you're a
There's a
kid,
sign.
and you need to ask to go to the bathroom. You can't open your
No,
mouth.
leave,
You have to go to the
leave.
bathroom.
I've left
Well,
before.
in your first grade, you know what the rules are.
But there's
It's
also
okay.
kids.
I don't listen to rules though. I never
All right,
have the
everyone.
entire life, obviously. So like I would leave if I had to like do
This
that.
is the worst.
You she
I
made
mean,
her
those
own
are, like
rules.
repressed memories. I remember like walking around my elementary school all the time, and the hallways would just have like sawdust over puke. Like that was a thing. Like kids are just
Oh
barking.
my
in school.
God.
Wait, now that sparks a memory. Wow.
Kitty litter and
Yo,
sawdust. Yeah,
Kai.
what the
Yeah.
I don't remember this. Y'all have weird schools, man.
Smell like
that was like
ammonia?
a thing
It
I
smell
remember.
terrible?
Yeah, I mean, I just kids barfing in the hallways, barfing on their desks, barfing in classes.
do
That is a
remember
thing,
that.
and I didn't realize that
Why
until
do you
Steph just brought it
barf?
up. But
You
now
guys
I'm having
legit
all these
weren't, like-
memories.
Now
of
I have
kids
memories.
You weren't allowed to leave. Like you didn't get a pass. You could
Well, I
just
would
go
leave.
grab.
I just didn't listen.
Yeah, you just grab the pass off the hook.
No,
and
it
then
didn't.
There
you
are
go
those
leave.
kids.
We
You know,
got
like,
told
Even at
no.
like slumber
Raise
parties.
your hand and ask to go.
No,
You
but even at a
did?
slumber parties, y'all never had that kid that literally just sat up and then like puked in their own lap.
Yes,
and
we're
you're like,
pissed.
No.
No.
I
No,
didn't like
dude.
it.
When I was a
Not
kid, would
weird
wake up like
parties.
starving and hate my life. Like, did y'all ever have like sleepover belly where you wake up and you're like, can you guys wake the F up because I'm starving? Dude,
No.
it was the worst. I'd wake up and I'd like, I just
Sleepover
want some
belly?
Lucky Charms or something. Like,
Yeah.
You
tell
go
your
like
moms to wake up.
scrounging in the dark. You're like
Yeah.
tiptoeing in the dark, and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm learning a new skill." Because you're like feeling the kitchen counter, and you're like, "Is this a pantry?" And you just dig, and you get whatever snack you can
Oh,
get,
wait.
Oh,
man.
dude, I would eat sofa pizza if I could find it. Like, I would wake up starving as hell. I'm
Oh,
like,
me
can I just get some food? Like, where's your mom's? Because I'm hungry. And they'd be like snoring because the whole family woke up at 10 and it's like 6:30. And I'm like, y'all gotta be kidding me. I got 3.5 hours.
Dude, having sleepovers builds character. Like
It
forcing
does.
yourself to go to those sleepovers as a little kid. You want to talk about getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, staying over at some person's house and getting adapted to their eating schedules. It makes you stronger, makes you a
It's the
better
worst.
adult.
They're the worst. Like, you think it's a good idea until like 9:30 hits and you're like, this is the worst. I just want my own bed and I want to be able to go to my own kitchen and eat. Yeah, sleepovers are a ridiculous idea. Whoever thought of them, really, shame on you. Disaster.
So did anybody ever have to call their parents and get picked up from a sleepover? Because I tried it
Nah.
once and my mom
Oh,
said,
yeah.
deal with it. Like I
Oh,
dropped
we
you
had
off
a
there, you're
secret
staying there.
word. You guys didn't have like a code word because we
Nah.
did.
No, I didn't have a safe word at sleepovers.
Oh, we did. It was like we would say the tomato soup is too hot, and then if I said that, my mom would come get me.
Wait,
That's a
What
bad
did you
code
have
You
in
word.
have
tomato
to
soup?
bake on them cooking potato soup.
And they're like, what are you
It's
talking
like-
about? We ordered
Right?
pizza. And you're like, Mom, the tomato soup is too hot.
Yeah, and my mom would say what, and I was like, sorry, like I didn't mean that, and then I would say something else.
Did you
That's
have like an
the worst
FBI
idea
earpiece
ever.
in? Like, how did your mom know you were saying that?
No, I would call her and say, "Hi, mom."
mean,
Like,
calling
I'm just
her was
checking
already-
in.
The tomato soup is too hot.
Oh, God.
I'd be
If
like,
I'm the
"Oh my
friend,
god!"
I'd be like,
Like
"Yo, we
whatever.
need
I wish my
tomato
mom was
soup."
watching this because she would laugh her ass off. But I would be like, "Mom, the tomato soup is just too hot," and then she'd be like, "What are you talking about?" And then she'd get in her car.
Your friend probably like, yo, what's wrong?
Yeah,
with you?
what
We
is
didn't
it?
have
Yeah,
tomato
this-
I'd
soup.
be in a
tomato
separate
soup in this
room.
house
I'd be in a
ever.
separate
Why?
room, but like I didn't want them to know I wanted to leave,
Just
so I was
text
getting
her.
nervous. It was that, or the other one was something about an elephant. I don't know what it was. I have to ask.
Hippopotamus with wings. Mom, this
Yeah.
hippopotamus has
her.
wings.
Yeah.
That's the best code word. So I found out, like, I got older. You know how you don't like notice things or whatever. And
Look at the brag
Um,
comment.
yeah, so my friend is sitting there, and I would go hang out at their house all the time and like have sleepovers and everything. And then they're like, my mom's like, oh yeah, remember growing up, like, that kid's mom was hammered all the time at sports games. I'm like, but Ma, you used to let me like sleep in his house.
Yeah,
You
Brad's
see Brad's
comment.
comment
Yeah.
here?
Oh no, Brad!
Look at
Oh
Brad's
no!
comment.
Oh
Everyone
no.
can't read this. I stayed at a friend's
That's
house,
how
got
he
hungry, went
learned.
to get food, and saw my friend's parents going at it.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
that's why
What type
you
of
stay in
savages?
the
Who
sleeping
does
bag.
that? When you're having a sleepover with a bunch of kids at your house, that's like the one night that you shouldn't be
I
doing
think
that,
that's
right?
the best night because they
That's
should
probably
be
kids are
Thursday.
gone.
though. They should be downstairs
Yeah.
doing their thing.
That was definitely on a Thursday.
Yeah, Brad
Brad.
was in the wrong.
Yeah, Brad, you should not. Seriously, if the bedroom's rocking, you go back to your bed. You don't need snacks right then,
He's
bro.
like, y'all got any
Yeah,
crackers in
If
here?
you hear that head bang on the headboard, Brad, you gotta
Brad
go
just-
back.
Brad just
Brad
stayed
is like
alive.
CBing from his own like other family CB.
I just
right
wanted
there.
food.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm hungry.
Can you guys just take a
Oh,
break?
what are you eating,
Just
Mr.
Can I get a timeout so I grab a sandwich?
y'all got Capri
Halftime.
Sun in here?
They gotta give
Steph,
speeches.
what
and
what
stuff.
other repressed memories?
Interview
we
them?
talked about puke for about 15 minutes now. Are there any other repressed memories you want to try to dredge
Drug
up that
up?
aren't puke related?
Drug 'em.
I'm trying to think of still it's a
Oh God, don't know Brad's comment. Oh no.
It's in the kitchen. Is it
no.
Mike Tyson speaking?
Okay, that is
What do
not
you guys
Brad's
do
fault.
down there?
That is
I think at that
Down
point, you're
under.
just those
Down
are some
under.
Shout out
exhibitionists.
Australia.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Hoping to get the koalas and the clap in this.
No,
It's the
they,
other way, man.
they went down under.
Oh,
Those
shit.
koalas,
Be
man,
on a
they have
list.
a clap.
Troy.
The
They need to
koalas.
be on a list.
Yeah, this is bad. I'm never going to Australia.
Sorry, Joe.
Dangerous spiders, people just going at it in the kitchen, and koalas with the clap is not exactly a tourist destination. It sounds horrible. Man.
Boy,
You know what else is not a place people go to vacation? Green Bay. That's what I hear at
This
least.
is true.
Sheesh.
People
Heard
go to
that?
play with Aaron. Yeah, they go
Yeah.
to play with Aaron. though.
That's what I heard.
Apparently.
If you like cheese whiz.
No, my old company was based in Green Bay. They were headquartered out of Green Bay. And apparently, like, all of the players there are just a part of the community. Like, you'd go to the bar and you'd sit down, and James Jones is sitting over here, and Brett Favre's sitting over there. And apparently, it's such a small town that, like, just going to the stores and going to the bars, going to restaurants, whatever, you just see players all over the place. Like, every person I know that worked for Schneider in Green Bay would have personal stories about every single guy that played for the Packers. So it's always been weird to me that Green Bay, such a small city, has such a major franchise when there's all these big cities that don't have those franchises. Green Bay's always kind of confused me a little bit. I don't trust Green Bay. Something about it just makes me uneasy.
All right, Chicago.
That's fair.
guy.
That's fair.
Ooh, I like this question, but I don't know if I can be able to answer it that well.
Ooh.
I didn't have
Put
one.
myself on
I
fire.
never did it at
Part of
my
the
house.
house.
I didn't have it at my own
No.
house. I went to other people's house.
Yeah,
Never had
same.
a part of my own
That's
house.
not the question.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
respected
I'll
my
tell
parents.
this. I'll tell this one once, and I'm 31. My mom can't get mad at me at this point. I'm an
She
adult.
probably
confessional.
could.
Man,
Let's
She
hear
probably
it.
could.
She was on the honeymoon for her second wedding when I was 17 years old, and she was gone for 12 days. So we had a party for like 7 days straight at my house, and we lived across the street from the high school. And what we started doing was, if you lost in beer pong, you had to strip naked and run the 400-meter track at the high school. And our neighbors
my
called the
God.
police on us, and we got busted for it. I won't
no
get into
that was
much
the
more than that, but that was the
stupidest thing in
craziest thing
world.
that happened in that one.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. That is
I
a
wasn't
bad
crazy.
idea.
I got away with it. I told my mom very recently about it. Like I put signs on everything, like do not fucking break on like certain things, like do not touch this. And I got totally away with it. And I told her probably like 3 years ago. And she was like, I knew it. It was too clean when I got back.
That's how my mom, she tried busting me. She came home and she goes, "Why is the house cleaner than it was when I left?" And my stepdad grabbed her by the arm and he was like, "Honey, we just had a great honeymoon. Let's not stress about this. It is what it is." And then so she knew, but she never really knew.
What a good guy, though.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah,
moment.
there was another party where somebody's parents were out of town, and I felt terrible because this party got out of control. Like, it was like a party from like a movie where there were just hundreds of people. It was people showing up from different schools, and it got to the point where it got so crazy that this girl had to go upstairs, lock herself in the bedroom. People were kicking holes in walls. Somebody like stole her TV, like literally destroyed this
I
house.
was smart.
People
I
were
mean,
fighting in
everyone
the
like,
living room.
park
It was
away.
Oh,
terrible.
I
that's
mean,
not
everyone
okay.
park away from the house. Like even my aunt actually came during the party, and she came to check on the house. And like everyone had already parked their car so far away that when they came to check on it, like everyone was just like hiding in like certain rooms, and it was like just me. So it didn't matter because I had everyone park their car away.
Yeah.
She only had 2 friends.
Exactly. I'm like, you go to the bathroom. There's like 5 people in the bathroom.
Okay.
So Corey, I gotta say, because we're coming on your show this Tuesday, and you do
It's
a
not
little
mine.
bit better. You and
Ours.
Jeff, or you and James,
Ours.
and
It's
and
an hour.
everybody.
Yeah,
And
All
you guys
guys,
do a
we
little
just
bit
don't
better
show
at
up.
harnessing the chaos. So tell me what to expect on this show, because we're just talking about barf and parties and beer, and we don't really have much direction. So how do you guys harness this chaos on the show? How do you guys do it?
Yeah, so we have our like a separate group chat, right? We're kind of talking about ideas, and every day leading up to it, we all ask like, "What should we do this day? The next day, what should we do?" And then it comes the day of, and we're still asking like, "What are we gonna do?" So it's kind of just like this. Like, expect a little bit of this. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more fantasy, like whatever the hot topic is of the day. But essentially, it's no show sheet. Even though shout out to the chef, he makes a good show sheet. But we just don't follow it, even though if he does make it. We all think of a draft idea like this Tuesday. What are we doing, guys?
I don't know. What are we
Exactly. What are we doing? That's the point. I don't know
Friday.
either.
doing?
Maybe we'll
I've been
play.
waiting for a sandwich day. I thought we were having a sandwich day. I bought a
Didn't we
sandwich.
do
and then-
that?
No,
When
we
I got-
90s movie. How about
I got
90s
did
the-
movies?
comedians, didn't we? When I had a sandwich.
Movies.
Oh,
No,
you
eight
did
days.
sandwich day.
Yeah, you didn't
If
draft.
I get any say on this, I'd love to do a draft
yes,
on 90s
yes.
movies where we
90s
do a
movies,
sandwich.
90s movies
I
sound
love that one.
dope.
90s movie Sedge night this Tuesday.
Everyone
what is
brings
it,
their
August?
favorite sandwich, and we draft on 90s movies. That sounds dope.
Yeah, I'm down.
What is
The
it?
show's planned. That's all you have to do.
Yeah,
August
It is.
3rd, 7
Yeah.
p.m.
Trying
And you
figure
told them
out
it's a
things
dinner
on the
show,
industry,
right?
We just planned a show.
It's
And you told them
birthday
it's a dinner show.
month
You have to
for
bring
me
food.
and
Like
Dad.
you can't show up without food.
Yeah, you can't show up without food. Just last week we did crock pot meals. Well, some of us did. And cocktails and a mock draft. What did we call it?
Mock
and
cocktail,
rock.
Mock
cock
cock pot.
pot. Yeah.
Whoa, that
Whatever you
sounds-
want to call it. That's what we called it, to be honest.
Ooh.
So it's just another chaos show.
Wait,
Just like
wait,
this show.
Corey,
expect
Corey,
this-
say the name again. Say the name again.
What was
What?
it? No, what did I say?
What was the
Cock
name
pot.
again?
What did I say? I think you know what I said. What did I say?
I
I
don't
heard
know what you
cock
said.
is all I heard.
Was it mock
Yeah.
cock pot?
He did say that. Yeah, a lot. The whole chat was basically
Cock.
that. Yeah, there was a lot of it.
Cocktails.
Cocktails. Mock draft.
Oh.
Cocktail.
Crock
Crock pot.
Oh,
Yeah, what did you think he meant?
Yeah.
Huh?
Jeff?
Tune into our Patreon highest level subscription, patreon.com/chaos to tune into what we were just talking about.
That's not a real website. Don't check that.
No, it's not. Yeah, so what? August 3rd.
I do.
Yeah.
own
But try
Yeah.
lemonparty.org. Is that the one you're supposed to check out?
lemonparty.org. Thank you, Justin Boone, for that
Oh
one.
God, no! Don't go there.
Don't
Wait,
click
what's,
clicked on it.
what's that? Wait,
Who-
what
Don't
is
me.
that?
Go
Lemonparty.org. Hey, can you pull it up for us, please?
No.
Uh,
Dude,
tell me what it is.
www.creedthoughts.gov.www.
Google it. Justin Boone
Just
told us to
created a
Google it,
Word
man.
document for
Nope,
it.
don't Google it.
No,
I
no.
didn't know that.
I
Know
fell for
that.
that when I was like 13.
It's an
Troy.
organization. It's an org.
No.
You know it's
I don't
legit.
Charity.
I never
It's
heard of
charity.
this
It's
organization.
charity.
Yeah, it's charity.
Here, I'll send it to you.
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
thanks.
Mm-mm.
Come on,
Get
I'm
out
joking.
of-
I believe you guys. Cooter's the dirt.
I think
Cooter's
Chef
dirty
opened it.
and she's
No.
freaking out about it. So
Nah, I'm
gonna
telling
be
you,
like-
it's not good.
You clicked on
Yeah,
it,
you don't
Cooter?
want it.
I've
I
never clicked on it.
knew about that.
Oh,
back
I
in
don't.
the
I
day.
haven't clicked on it yet. Sorry, I don't know.
You oh yeah, no, I don't even know what it is.
Oh.
I just
Oh,
don't go
y'all
near
never
it.
gone?
No.
No.
Oh, don't go.
Yeah,
No,
you
no.
shouldn't
Heard
be
of
telling
Lemon
people to
Party?
go there if you haven't seen it yourself.
Oh no,
That's-
Justin
that's
said
wrong.
don't go. He for sure told us
Yeah,
not to go.
don't
Oh, yeah.
go.
What is it?
Let's
Oh my God, Corey.
lemonparty.org. I don't know.
Now, everyone in the chat has viruses
using
on their
code.
computer now.
He's gonna
It's
see
like
what
the
this is and
same-
be like, I can't believe I was shouting that on
Here.
shows for the last 3 weeks.
Hold on.
You
We
don't
got
know
a,
what
we got a
it
live
is.
reaction
Dave?
video right now. He's about to
Dave,
check it
you know
out
what
with
it
a
is?
live reaction.
Oh,
Right, here we
I
go.
know
I know
it
what it
out.
is.
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
How do y'all not know this? This was
Who's
like
checking
growing
it
up
out?
when the
That's
internet
not Corey.
was-
Let
No, don't. Oh, okay.
No,
Corey,
no,
Corey,
no. Here you
look
go,
at-
everyone.
look-
No,
Corey, look it up on your phone so we can get a
Corey,
live
is that a
reaction to
BlackBerry?
showing what
What
this
the heck
actually
is that?
is.
Is it
Corey,
a-
what did you just hold up? Do you have a BlackBerry, bro?
No,
thing
it's
is a
an
keyboard?
iPhone.
Oh, it looked like it had
I
a
miss
keyboard. I almost
Blackberries.
freaked
That was
out.
the
Should
shit.
should I look it
Oh,
up?
I missed my BlackBerry with the little scroll ball in the middle.
My brother is 6 years younger than me and got a
Should I hit go?
freaking iPhone before
Do
I
not
did.
Don't
the
show. You're
camera.
gonna get my Periscope deleted, but I
don't
want to
show
see
the
your
camera.
face when
Do
you
not
look at
show the
this.
camera.
Yeah,
Should
you
I-
look at it and tell
what
us.
is it,
Tell us-
everyone?
You
Oh,
can
Describe
do it,
it.
but do not show the camera.
Yeah, just describe it.
Hold on.
He looks uncomfortable. I don't never look
Get that
at
off. Okay.
He's like, all right, I'm not
I
telling
just-
people to see that anymore.
Not
I
that.
just read the description. I didn't even go to the site. I read a Google description. That was good enough for me.
All right.
You,
Moving
you okay,
on.
Corey?
You blushing, Corey? Everything good?
You good, bro?
You need a drink?
You look uncomfortable. You look like Brad at a sleepover. And he left.
So hey, this is a fantasy football show. Before we sign off, let's go around and give one take that is against the consensus.
Oh,
you
what?
know, we all love being
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit spicy. We like, going against the grain, getting people a little hot and bothered. So before we sign off, let's do that. Finish with a little fantasy football talk here. Corey, why don't you start us off
Oh,
just so you
geez.
can, erase the lemon party from your mind
Okay.
right now and change the topic. What's one hot topic? One hot take that you have for this season?
One
Well,
sour.
pause. What really sucks is I'm drinking 312 and it's a lemony hazy wheat ale. So I need to go buy some new beer after the show. But to answer the question, I'm going to say Hayden Hurst does better than you think. And I don't know what that even means. Does that mean tight end 12? I don't know. Does that mean tight end 15? Maybe, but he's being drafted at what, like tight end 29 or so. I just believe he's going to finish better than what we all believe and is a great late round pick for your fantasy drafts.
I thought you were going to say better than Kyle Pitts, which would have
Oh
been
no, that's
extremely spicy.
that'll get me canceled. I'll have to just
Oh, yeah, you would
move,
be-
change
you would-
area codes. Yeah, go into witness protection and stuff. So no.
Jeff, you've got no shortage of hot takes. What's the one that you truly believe this season?
I will say Kyle Pitts redraft tight end 3.
Let's go.
So you're expecting one of
I think
the
he'll be- I
either
think he'll
Kittle
be
get
Kittle.
injured?
I
Yeah.
just think he'll score more points than Kittle. So that my analysis, I think this guy will score more points than that guy. So there you go.
I like it. Mike, I'm sorry. I can't call you daddy again. It's making me
Hey.
uncomfortable. Mike, what's your hot take for the
Go
season?
ahead, Daddy.
That's fair. Thank you, Steph. Josh Jacobs, low end running back 2 at best. Kenyon Drake will get more run than you think.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
I've been saying that.
I think we all know.
like that.
I like
that
it.
Sucks.
Cooter, what do you got? What's the take that you believe this season?
So I believe it right now because I was forced to answer this, and I just decided right in this moment that Latavius Murray is going to have more rushing yards than Chris Carson.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. You just
Taking
kicked
shots.
me in the gut. But
God
hey,
dang.
I like the conviction. Troy.
I mean,
I have a feeling that okay. So my take is that Rashad Bateman finishes as mid wide receiver 2.
Careful here.
The wide receiver 1.
I had to think about it. Mid wide receiver 2.
Well, let us know when you hang out with Lamar.
I got
Yeah.
you.
What are you thinking here, Steph?
Saquon Barkley will have at a minimum 15 targets between, week 1, week 2, week 4. He's going to get 15 to 18 targets each week.
Each week.
Each week.
Whoa.
What the
18
hell?
max targets. Whoa.
Whoa.
15 to 18. Those
Touches or targets?
15 is the minimum.
Yeah,
I
touches?
called it. I'm telling you.
Wait, touches or
Wait, hold on.
targets?
You
It's
said
very
Touches,
different.
touches.
Oh, you said
Oh,
target.
you said target. Okay.
I thought you were
Okay.
trying to tease
Okay.
I'm like,
He's
Steph.
going to get at least 15 touches.
Touches.
I'm gonna say, Steph. 18
Look, I
targets
asked for a hot
is
take, so
I was like, all right, there you go.
Guys,
18
I've
targets
had,
out
like,
there. Saquon dropping
7
50-point
quads.
games left and right.
Yeah, he's the 1.01.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I got no shortages of hot takes, but my
Mixon.
chalky one that I've been saying, Joe Mixon is going to be top 5. I believe it, love it. I'm not. There's a lot of guys that I'm big on this year, but Joe Mixon is the one that I think this is the year that he finally proves everyone wrong. He really doesn't have to prove anyone wrong. All he's got to do is stay healthy and keep producing like he has been, and he will prove everybody wrong. So that's mine right
Dave,
there.
I wanted to take that one, but it's your show, so I had to leave it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking that one, so I'm happy you did.
I was not taking that one.
Trash Talk 101. Shout out. The
Oh, yeah,
agent.
Well, anyway,
Crying.
I want to wrap the show up with a chug, with a
Hold
shotgun, whatever you guys are ready for.
Hold up. You got to make the pour.
I got my handy dandy
Yeah,
little.
I got
little knife
water.
I
here.
don't have a key,
Yeah, I
but
drank
I'll
my beer.
fund it.
Behind
Little
you.
Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'll drink.
I'm just a glutton for shotguns. It's kind of disgusting. So here we
Glutton.
go. You guys ready?
sure.
Hey, shout out to you guys, Dave,
Hi,
Steph.
Jake.
Congratulations on
Yeah,
everything.
guys.
Thank you for having us on. We appreciate you.
Cheers.
Oh,
Whoa!
Ugh.
Now Mike
Oh
is
my
that's
gracious.
daddy right there.
Cheers, guys.
Wow.
Well, thank you for
Cheers,
everybody that tuned in today to the finale of our Friday show. I am so glad that you guys got an opportunity to meet some of our best friends in the industry right here. You can catch us all on Tuesday. Corey, what time?
7 p.m. Whoa.
Eastern.
Pause. Redo. 7 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Central. What is that? 4 p.m. Mountain. What are you Pacific?
It doesn't sound right at all.
Mine's not a real time.
7 p.m. Eastern. That's all I know.
Figure out the time.
Thursday in Australia.
Yeah, Thursday in Australia.
All right. Well, we will see you guys all on Tuesday.
Respect this.
I'm Dave Kluge.
I'm Stevie Smalls.
Aw,
Thank you
guys,
for tuning
don't.
into our Friday show.
Let's go.